Karina?
Thank you, Kevin. Can you just give me confirmation that you're seeing my screen?
Yep, can see it.
And you
Yes.
hear me?
You're good.
Okay, wonderful. All right, good morning again, everyone. And now I will take over to introducing you to Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central, now available fully online or on cloud, as we say, or used, it's called software as a service, as some of us refer to it as. All right. So Dynamics 365 Business Central, it connects your people and your processes with a single unified solution. So data can be quickly and easily shared with key people throughout your company. You have access to the most current, accurate data, so you are making the right and most informed decisions possible. So for example, in this case, let's say you have a sales rep in the field and they would like to make a change to a customer quote. It gets reflected from their mobile device, let's say, and back office can pull that forecast data or that report data real time. So that gives you, of course, more accurate information at your fingertips, and decisions have a bigger impact on your bottom line, of course. All right, so that's pretty much your introduction to Business Central. So let us move forward with some core capabilities of what Business Central has to offer. So in a nutshell, Business Central, Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central, it's a business management solution that's connecting people and processes together, right? So from day one, it makes managing your financials, your sales, your service, your operations easy and fast. And you'll see the breakdown of some of those functions on my screen, right? It is the perfect solution for small and mid-sized organizations that automates and streamlines your business processes, and it helps you manage your business. So it's highly adaptable and it's rich with features. Business Central enables companies to manage their business, including, again, as mentioned, finance, manufacturing, sales, shipping, project management, services, and much more. So your companies can easily add functionality that is relevant to the region of your operations, and that is customized to support even highly specialized industries. Business Central is fast to implement, and now being on software as a service, that makes it even faster to deploy, right? It's easy to configure, and the simplicity guides innovations in your product design, development, implementation, and usability. All right. So next question you may ask is, how can my users across my company consume the services of Business Central? So one of that feature might be, or is, you can use Business Central across any device, right? From your PC to your tablets and even your mobile phones. So the app displaying the Business Central tablet and the phone client is targeted at small and medium-sized businesses that want to access data from a tablet or phone. So the main advantage of this offering is portability and flexibility, which allows your end users to perform tasks when they are away from their desk, of course. So having Dynamics 365 Business Central solution that runs on a smaller device also brings it in the hands of many more users, and your app, of course, is easily able to be distributed throughout the company based on if they're in the field, or if they're in the office, things like that, or on the move. All right, another key feature I want to mention, because it's a Microsoft product, of course, a lot of Business Central is very integratable to things like Word, Excel, and in this case, Outlook as a client, right? So with Business Central, you can manage business interactions with your customers and vendors directly in Outlook. So for example, if you get the Business Central Outlook add-in, you can see your financial data related to your customers and vendors, right? Such as quotes and invoices. So this add-in, in this case, provides your users with Business Central customer and vendor information in Outlook, in emails, or your calendar appointments. It enables you to create and send Business Central documents, such as quotes and invoices, to a contact, as previously mentioned. So, for example, when an email refers to a business document number in the email body, let's say, the add-in will provide a direct inline link from the email to Business Central so that you're able to either create a new document. So like on my screen, you can either create a brand new sales quote or invoice. You can edit a current order or invoice if need be. All right. And there are two ways that you could get the add-in for Business Central, right? So you could deploy it centrally. So if your IT has a central management of your client, like your Outlook, for example, they can deploy it centrally, or a user specifically can add it and download that add-in for Outlook, depending on your organization settings. All right, so that's Outlook as a client. Next, I want to talk about insights into Business Central and your data by using Power BI. All right, so that that you are able to integrate your reports using Power BI, and Power BI, of course, is a data visualization system from Microsoft. So Power BI retrieves Business Central data, allowing you to build dashboards and reports based on that data. Power BI provides a flexible alternative to your reports built in Business Central, and it enables you to drill down and customize on that visualization, right? So for example, on the screen that you're seeing, some reports that you could get on your right-hand side of my page, some built-in Power BI reports, right? So that's how it's embedded into Business Central. And then you can have even more complex dashboards that are better experienced from the Power BI website. All right, so you can view your data from Business Central in reports in Power BI, right? And there are some predefined reports within the package of Power BI to Business Central as well for Business Central Online, in this case, in this very version that we are launching right now. So you can use Power BI Desktop as well to create your own reports if need be and customize them. And you can publish those reports into your own Power BI service or share them with others within your organization. All right. Right. And that's another example of the embedded Power BI. All right, so I would like to talk about some of the main advantages of embedding Power BI into Business Central. All right, so some of that includes your reports can be personalized based on the user and their role in the company. It provides a summary or contextual Power BI reports to manage your business. The reports are interactive with the ability to expand additional details and report pages, right? You can display any Power BI reports in your dynamic solution, this case being Business Central, right? And some connections and security features include for Power BI, you can either connect to a free or pro version of Power BI, right? The report securities are managed via the Power BI services. Security to data is managed through existing web services. Security, it is available for Business Central Cloud as well as on-premise versions as well. All right. Next, I would like to talk about just some key features that you get out of Business Central as it relates to your finance and distribution as a solution. All right, so some key features. It streamlines your accounting processes, and it connects financial data across systems to get an end-to-end view of your business. Right, then with inventory management, Business Central allows you to define profit margins and set prices accordingly. You could drill down on your pricing details, monitor stock and inventory levels, and keep abreast of customer needs. You can identify and keep successful pricing strategies. You can leverage management alerts on your mobile devices that you access to get visibility you need to proactively manage rather than operate in a reactive mode. All right, then you can better manage the process of tracking promotions, prices, and discounts to maximize your profits and avoid losses in this case. Right, then Business Central has OCR services embedded, which is optical character recognition, sorry. So let's say you want Business Central to create a purchase invoice automatically. So what the service in Business Central would do is it will convert the PDF invoice that you get from your vendors to an electronic document, which are then converted to a purchase invoice by using a workflow in Business Central. You can incorporate an incorporate an approval workflow. So for example, if you need to have your large purchase invoice be approved by someone in your company, you can set up workflows and approvals for that as well. Then you have advanced warehousing features, right? So that feature includes things like putting away your items in specific bins and zones and so on. You can put away by using put away worksheets. You can use pick worksheets when you're doing sales. Then you can do warehouse movements, bin creations, and much more. All right, so that's just some key features as it relates to finance and distribution. And I would like to now end my slideshow and take you over into a live demo of Business Central Online. Okay, so please excuse me for 1 second. Let me pull up my browser. All right, so if you're seeing my screen, Caroline, could you just confirm again you're still seeing my screen?
Yep, it's fine. You're good.
Okay, perfect. All right, so here I have my browser open. So in this case, of course, we are Business Central Online now. So to easily access your Business Central Online, it's a matter of going into your login.microsoftonline.com, which is your M365 portal for your user. And if you looked to my screen on the top left-hand corner, which is called the App Launcher, of course, this is where you'll get things like your Outlook, your OneDrive, your Teams, and so on. Here you have Business Central. If you can see it, it's embedded into my app launcher. All right, so it's just a matter of opening it up and I can go directly into my Business Central login. Of course, I'll need to put in my M365 credentials to be able to get into it. And then here I have Business Central. So this is Business Central Online or software as a service. It's easily accessible, as we mentioned, anywhere that you go. You don't have to be in your office. You can be at home. You can be anywhere and have this access on your tablet or your PC. All right. So what you're seeing here is basically the home screen to Business Central, where based on your role in the company, whether you're your manager, CEO, CFO, IT manager, you can customize your screen to see specific things. So for example, you're seeing some tiles on my screen that shows me what's my overdue purchase invoices, what's my sales amount so far, what's my sales this month, and I can actually drill down by clicking on these values, and it would take me directly into all these orders and invoices that make up that value. Right, so you can easily drill down into anything. So let's say in my ongoing purchases section, I would like to see what are my open purchase orders. I can jump straight into it by clicking the purchase orders. And here I have my open purchase orders that are not yet received or invoiced in my system. And I can easily go into those orders from here and begin editing my POs if necessary. All right, and as mentioned, the system does have approval requests. So let's say before you post it, you would like your managers to be able to review it. Your users will not be able to post anything until they send approval to their manager. So you can have those flows set up inside Business Central. All right, so let me jump right back into the home screen as well, and you can jump into other things on the sales end if necessary. All right. Now I want to talk about a little bit of my customers. So let's say, for example, I want to jump into my customer list in my Business Central home screen. So let's say I select True Research, for example. I can quickly see what's their outstanding amount that they owe me to pay. And if you look on your right-hand side, you're going to see things like a fact box that gives me history regarding this one customer I have selected. So True Research in this case has bought invoices 52 times from me for the year. All right, and I could jump and drill down again straight into those invoices by clicking on the tile. And I will see all my invoice information as it relates to that one customer, all of that drill down history. I could reprint invoices if necessary. I can email documents out of Business Central as well. So if you have your email set up inside the system, you can use this very same invoice and email it right out to your customers. And even on the purchasing side, you can email your POs and your purchases to your vendors as well. All right. Something to note, any report that you run or any document that you create in Business Central can be sent to PDF or Word or Excel. All right, so when I go back into my print, you can see I can send my document to Word or Excel, and even PDF and even XML if necessary. All right. So one thing I want to note as well is, sorry, I just went back out. So if I'm in my customer page and I want to directly create a brand new sales order or sales quote, I can jump straight into it, click new document, sales invoice, for example, and it opens up a brand new sales invoice for me with the customer information already filled out, as you're seeing here. And I can go ahead and I can start putting in my information for this sales invoice for this customer. And inside that very same sales invoice on the right hand side of my screen, you'll see some information about the customer. So for example, who is the contact person, what's the terms, what's their credit limit if necessary, what's the email, and things like that. You can attach documents. So if you have PDFs or things that you need from the customer, like a purchase order or something like that, you can attach those documents within here as well in Business Central. All right, you can even add notes. So if you have a group of people that's working on this one document, you can add notes before it's sent for approval and things like that, right? So you can say, hey, John Doe, please check on this approval from the customer before you move forward, things like that. You can add those notes. All right. And you'll be able to see the note that you put inside the sales invoice as well. And then, of course, on the sales end as well as the purchase, you can send anything document-wise to be approved by your manager. Right, and you're seeing a little note at the top. This customer has an overdue balance, so if they pass their credit limits and things like that, the system will warn you that they have either been past their credit limits or they're overdue with many invoices and things like that. So you can go back and review what they are owing you and so on. All right, so that's customers and that's purchasing and so on. All right, next thing I want to talk about the home screen. So you can customize the home screen as well. So for example, you're seeing on my side, you're seeing I have finance, cash management, sales, and purchasing. So if I drill down on that home screen, you're going to see some more purchase related tasks that I can get to straight from the home screen, such as purchase invoices, purchase returns, credits, and things like that, right? And even my vendors that I can jump right into. Another thing that I want to mention on the finance side, Business Central allows you to easily plug in your GL accounts to be able to run things like your cash flows or your P&Ls or your balance sheets and things like that. And that's all the account schedules. Right, so you can easily use this the sample that you get from the system, and you can plug in your GL accounts and you can easily run your balance sheet. And if you'd like to view your balance sheet by your accounts, you can view it by year, by month, by day, and things like that. Right, and you can filter on a specific date. You could filter on specific departments and customer groups and things like that. And here your finance team will be able to report very easily on your balance sheets and your P&Ls. And I did mention that reports are easily exportable into Excel. So a report like this, for example, you can send straight to Excel, right? So you can just say export to Excel from here and it will create a new document or update an existing Excel document that you might have with the same information. Right, next I want to talk about a little bit about your items. So let's say I have all my inventory items in a system, right? So this is a list of all my items in my environment. I can see what I have currently in inventory. I could drill down on that. So for example, this guest chair, this yellow guest chair, I can click the 100 and it would take me to another page that gives me all the records of what makes up that value, all the purchases, all the sales, and so on that would have make up that 100 value, right? So that's called the item ledger entries report. Or if I want to see it by location, let's say I have several locations across my company and across the country or even the region, I can view that item report, call items by location, sorry. And on your screen, you're going to see things like your entire items list and all your virtual locations and where the items, how many items you have in stock. And you can drill down again on clicking that amount. So in this case, this black chair, I can click under the west location, that's 6, and it's going to take me to what makes up that 6. So I would have done a purchase of 5, and I would have done a transfer from one other location to my location in the west to make up the 6 that I currently have in stock. All right, Business Central also allows for replenishment. So let's say you need to replenish based on your maximum or minimum stock and things like that. You can have a worksheet create automated suggestion that gives you who is the vendor that you need to purchase from and how many you need to purchase. And all you need to do is basically use at the click of a button to create those purchase orders automatically. All right, there's even automatic replenishment and things like that if need be. So that's some of your key inventory features right there. All right, and just to close off, we're just showing you the chart of accounts. Right, so I know I mentioned the financials earlier, but I would just like to show you the list of your GL accounts, all of your charts of accounts in Business Central. You can easily group them together, right, based on your balance sheet or P&L accounts. And per account, you can actually drill down on each one of them and basically view the balances of them and drill down on said balance. And it will take you to every single general ledger entry inside that one GL account, in this case being this cash account, every invoice, every payment, everything that makes up that value for that account. All right, and of course, with the power of the business intelligent reporting, which is Power BI, let's say you did have Power BI reports embedded, you can see and get more reporting out of your homepage inside Business Central. You can even link your Outlook inbox to Business Central and any other reports that you do get built in with Business Central. Like in this case, your top 5 customers, you can actually interact with the reports and things like that and much more, right? So we can get a list of some of the available reports that you do get with online Power BI and Business Central. All right, so that is it for my presentation. Thank you very much. I will hand you back over to Kevin.